I'm your dungeon master, I'm your guide, I'm your travel companion on this fun little journey.
I mean, I'm not the best at being subtle about it.
Trying is all we can do. I do not do stealth. I do not do it.
Kind of specialize in not being found.
Hello, welcome to my kingdom of health hits experience. I am your dungeon master, Brittany Lee, and this is the lovely Knights of the Round Health Hits experience.
That's our name.
That's what it is today.
Are we on the right podcast? Wait, stream, not podcast.
It could be a podcast if we weren't sitting all here together at this table.
If you're listening with your ears.
If you're listening with your ears, I'm wearing a crown right now, so you should really be watching with your eyes, clearly. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be better than this. Thank you for sticking with us. We did have some technical difficulties last week, and in theory, the VOD is going to be not as yucky. So stick around for the VOD to watch a better version of last week's stream. But we are going to get into a better version of this week's stream. So, who's ready to begin?
Eh.
Okay.
You set the bar really high here.
Take it or leave it, really.
Okay, well, let's start up with our broadcast. Broadcast comes up on screen. And a rock gentleman that you are familiar with appears. And on-screen, terrible bright text says, Walgar's Wares. And he starts to speak and he says, come on down to Walgar's Wares. We have everything you need. Our inventory changes daily. Don't see what you're looking for. We do custom orders. Enjoy a nice hot cup of noodles while you wait. Walgar's Wares, your one-stop shop for all your spacefaring needs. Cuts to news reporter. Our airways were recently hijacked by a group of pirates known as the Golden Blaze, who claim to be the rivals to the Plasma Fangs. In their own words, they, quote, got the best dang haul of the century. Sources close to the pirates tell us that the pirate crew got their ill-gotten gains from a Zalarian infant by the name of Bajones Gret, the child of Zalarian leaders and pirate hunters George and Andrew Gret. The two recently passed away and left their fortune to the child, who is currently being raised and guarded by droids. It is thought that some of their fortune contained confiscated traits from several notorious pirates, including the Plasma Fangs. The whereabouts of the infant have yet to be discovered at this time. We will continue to keep you updated on this story. Coming up next, are pirates using fake ships to showcase their exploits? Broadcast ends. All right, so recap of what happened last week. Just got finished fighting off some werewolves. Came across a gentleman who you did not trust at all.
Nope.
Who had noodles and plenty of things to buy. And or steal.
Why buy when you can steal? For free.
The pirate life. And you are on your way from Walgar to, you came across the Golden Blaze, who were very drunk, and now you're on your way. So we're on our way to get on the train, which is coming around the star Vivarium. Virtuous is the hyperspace train that's coming around the star. You've got a very small window that your contact Umal has told, faxed you
3 minutes, I believe.
the information. Yeah, you got a 3-minute window. And we are now on the ship on Old Bessie, and we are chilling. We're having a powwow. We're just kind of hanging out. What is happening?
Well, so we know that this thing is going to be coming. This train is going to be coming out of hyperspace
Around the star.
around the star.
Yeah.
And so theoretically, we want to be in position to intercept it. And so I would assume that we are in the process of setting a course to those coordinates, and we are traveling, and we have a little bit of downtime because Old Betsy is slow.
Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah. So what else do we know from the contact about which car this is on, what the security on the train is like?
Cyrus.
So, notes are pretty simple. The linchpin regulator is a car 501. Our best entrance is going to be car 512. There is going to be security at 505. And we are supposed to pick up a 3-seater jet cycle on car 498 as well for Umal. And that car is detachable.
Seems like we're trying to get that car away from the rest of them then.
Yeah, that would probably be best. The one that has our stuff is 501.
All right, 501 is the target.
Our target.
512 is our entry point. That's our best chance of getting on the train without being scoped. And what was the deal with 505?
Security is at 505, and then we need to get the 3-seater jet cycle as well for Umal at 598. 498.
So many numbers being thrown out.
I will let me make a little caveat. This information you would have been given. So the detachability is not the train detaching from itself. It's the cargo car itself detaching from the train.
Okay, so it wouldn't take other parts of the train with it, just
No.
that one car.
It's the same as kind of where an actual train cargo has the big containers that go on top of it that you can like crane on.
Ah,
Right, yeah,
So
that makes sense.
That whole thing comes off. So just as a detachability.
we'd be taking a pod off of the train as opposed to cutting the train in half, and the rest of it kind of slows down. And I see.
Yeah.
And the engine keeps on going. Okay, that makes sense.
Right, so we have two things we're going for. Gotcha. Right, so does anybody have any plans on how we're going to be starting this? Because frankly, I have no idea what to think about until we actually get a good view of it. Do we have schematics of the train?
We do have a few schematics, yeah.
Right, well, I'm going to be looking over some of those then.
Cyrus, so as our pilot here, will you be able to, since we know what the 3-minute window is, will you be able to kind of loop old Bessie into a sort of a slingshot maneuver around the star, so that when the train comes out of hyperspace, we're already traveling at roughly the same speed and on a similar trajectory, so that we can kind of match pace to it and kind of like maybe set down right on top of there,
So that actually sounds really cool, yeah.
That part is not what I'm worried about. What I am worried about is how are we going to attach our ship so that when the train goes back into the speed that it's going to hit, our ship won't get knocked off into oblivion.
Well, we got 3 minutes, right?
We have 3 minutes. Do we have any way to attach?
Flux, ain't you got like a crab with magnets or something?
So,
Some kind of magnetic crab thing, right?
gonna look over at this little crab that just sort of looks in your direction, like these two little periscopic eyes just look at you. So, yes and no. It's not magnets. It's, you're not gonna get it. But the point is, I guess in theory, we could attach our ship to the side of that train using two of the crab's limbs on each side. I just don't want him to get injured. Oh, he's pretty strong, but
Well-
I don't have a better thing right now. If you want me to make something, I can.
Did we keep any of the hooks from that werewolf thing?
Did we get any of them? I think we just flew away.
Yeah, I think you broke.
I thought we
We broke them off of the ship.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Your massive strength, and then axed it.
I have a few ideas about how I could latch the ship onto the side. I mean, you're right, magnets would work, assuming it's made of the right materials. which, according to the
Could be a science
schematics,
guy just like Fluff.
maybe. How long is it till we get there? Does anybody know?
Are you asking me as
I'm
a
asking you,
DM? Okay.
Miss Dungeon Master.
So, as you say that, the auto detaches from the little dock, comes up.
Oh, I forgot about that, dude.
Yeah. And then goes back into the dock, and all your screens just come up with like matrix numbers. And the screen then flashes 30 cycles. So in the space approximation of time, you've got about 30 minutes before you reach your destination and also the train comes out.
Right. So I have 30 minutes to find a way to actually bind the ship to the train for what, 3 minutes?
No, we'll have 3 minutes to attach and then be on the ship.
I was worried for a moment. I was like, I don't think we can do this in 3 minutes. Glad you clarified that one for me.
So we have a 3-minute window to actually hitch and get on the ship,
Yes.
on the train.
Yes.
It's not 3 minutes to get in, get the stuff, and get off and be gone before the train takes
Yeah,
off.
you made me think that.
No.
Because that seemed way more exciting.
Once the train jumps again, where will it be taking us?
Well, wherever the train ends up. Just starts ruffling through the papers to see if we have information on where the train's actually going.
So it's a luxury train, so it stops at a couple different places. It's got passengers, it's got cargo. The idea is that it takes people across the galaxies on a luxury trip. Now, you know that's not necessarily true because there are people that live on the train and are not luxury passengers. They are struggling to get by on the train.
Yeah.
There is...
So this is Snowpiercer, but in space.
It also gives me kind of like Titanic vibes to a certain extent.
I think Titanic's a much better way to describe it. A little less cannibalism in Titanic.
Uh-oh.
That we know of.
Yeah. Also, as a cannibal, we're all different species. It's fine.
That's a good point.
Right, let's talk about cannibalism of aliens for a minute.
Derail this.
Yeah, no, actual question.
Yes.
On our schematics that we have, is there a car where other people put their vehicles in? Is there like a ship bay? Because if we could get into that, that would be the easiest solution, so I don't have to rig something up in 30 minutes.
That's a good question. You know what I'm gonna do? Instead of trying to make a determination, we're just gonna car 440.
440. I'm gonna write that down in our notes really quick. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a cruise ship that you can drive your car on. Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking over the schematics. Well, assuming it works the way that most of these ship bays work, they probably have a radio tower that's accepting transmissions. We could approach, and if you could come up with some sort of convincing lie, we might be able to get on. They might not be the most willing, given that it's halfway through their journey, but maybe we can be mechanics or something.
There's always the distress call.
Distress call could work, although it is a luxury thing.
Yeah.
Luxury ships are not the nicest when it comes to that sort of thing.
I'm not quite sure a distress signal would work if we actually catch up to it. It would be a little bit odd unless we say we were stuck in orbit.
It's up to you. You're the one that says stuff.
Thanks.
But, I mean, you know, mechanics or distress signal would... although every time we've encountered a distress signal, it's been remarkably, like, we've had a lot of suspicion. So, mechanics might be better.
We're just a tribe of wandering mechanics. We'd like to check your train.
No,
and
they
make sure.
told us. We just have to get there before they realize it's a lie.
I mean, it's as good of a shot as any, really. Like, I don't know.
Just saying. So, you know, it's up to you. Why didn't we actually discuss this, guys?
Hijack. Forget heist. It's gonna be a whole
Everything's
hijack.
Yeah,
God.
All right, so there's a vehicle bay at 440, right, which is farther up ahead. 501 is the target. 505 is where the guards are. 512 is where we were told our best entry point would be.
Yeah, we should probably just go to 512.
If
I
we
don't
go
know.
in through 440, then we can just avoid 505 altogether.
Well, there might be other guards elsewhere that our contact didn't bother to tell us about, because why the hell would they be way up at 440? That's completely far away from where they're supposed to be.
So, is there, on the schematics, is there an entry point at, what was it, 50, wait, which one was it? Where was the entryway?
512 was the entryway.
Entry
505 is
512.
security. 501 is the target. 498 is the bonus.
Is that just an outside entrance, like a hatch or something? Or is that, like, they just assume that would be the best place for us to get in?
That is what Umal has told you is your entrance.
Okay.
He didn't tell you much more than that.
Right, well, if all else fails, I kind of cut my way through the top of it. Which I
mean,
would
it could be
like
like,
to not do, by the
Umal
way.
could have like an inside person there ready to throw the door open for us. Go on, hurry up, get in or something. We don't know.
It might
what-
be that, yeah.
We don't know what Umal's plan was.
I mean, if you all want to try to do this whole thing in 3 minutes and get through, I just need to tell you, I'm not good at sneaking. However, I could try.
Sneaking.
I could, if you head up to 498, I could also try to be prepared to catch that if you guys hop into the container as well. In
Honestly,
3
the more we
minutes.
discuss it, the more I'm getting a little... I feel like we're getting off track. I think I can just bind the ship to the roof of the thing if necessary. I'll figure out something. Those werewolves with their grappling hook looking things, there's actually a pretty good way of binding your way onto the top of a metal
Right.
device. So I could just try to mimic that with the various scrap parts we have around.
All right. So we have about, we had 30, and then we spent a good 8-minute cycles discussing, so we're down to having
Yup.
24 cycles.
I am going to be very quick.
It's fine.
I'm just gonna really hope this works out. I'm gonna go try to rig something up.
Sure.
Just gonna grab, and if all else fails, I'm gonna just get some like various cables and binding and stuff, and see if there's like an attachment point where we could literally just tie it together, because that might work.
Cyrus is gonna try to go through the notes that he got to see like where they possibly the next stop would be, or the next slowdown would be.
And Hieronymus is thinking that in the tradition of all great train heist movies, there's going to be a call for somebody to run along the top of the train, and he's thinking that it should probably be somebody who doesn't need to breathe oxygen.
It's Treasure Planet rules.
The existence of like needing air is so nebulous. It's like whether or not we need it totally depends on the
Doesn't matter.
situation.
I'm gonna. Okay,
Just trying to
hypothetically,
throw me on top of the
I'm gonna
train.
asphyxiate all of you at just random points.
We have air until now, and now we're just gonna die.
Okay, but the train could be going too fast to be able to breathe.
She
Have
has
any
a
of you
point.
tried to breathe in hyperspace?
No.
We can't get to hyperspace, pretty.
Yeah, we can't get to hyperspace.
I wouldn't
You've never
know.
experienced hyperspace before you had old Bessie. None of you ever went
Do
on
we
a
look
ship.
Yeah,
wealthy
that's
enough
true.
for
I-
that?
It's
Flux
not
is
a wealth
absolutely the
thing.
number one, so.
Cyrus is a pilot and also muscle. So yeah.
All right.
probably.
Anyways, moving on.
No, this is a question I need to have answered. Cyrus has been in hyperspace.
Yes.
Oh, Flux has been
driven
in hyperspace.
Okay, driven in hyperspace. Pearl, have you ever been off the planet that you were on before this? Before your adventures?
Good question.
You were found on another planet than where
Yeah.
you were, but I don't know if
So,
you
yeah.
experienced hyperspace.
well,
sickness?
so here's the question.
Yes.
Yes.
So hyperspace inside of the ship is one thing, but to be outside of it when it happens is a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's like being on the outside of the Millennium Falcon when it
Yeah, just like
goes.
kind of trying to hold on to it. That's where it gets dodgy.
I'm glad that the first 15 minutes of the stream have been us discussing semantics.
We're debating
Good.
things that don't matter.
They do matter.
Hey,
to
we got
me.
important stuff about how we're potentially going to handle this heist and or hijacking, depending on which way it goes at this point.
Oh God.
Hieronymus, I assume you've been in hyperspace.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Flux
Cool.
has been in hyperspace 3, so just putting that one out there.
Forgot there were rankings.
Fancy pants.
All right, cool. We got 20 more cycles. What are we doing?
What are
is
you
trying to
doing?
figure
Get
out
to
something.
work.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I mean, so we have landing gear, right? And I assume the landing gear. I'm imagining like that Star Wars landing gear where there's like 3 legs and they all have weird like suction things on the end where they land and like the whole ship moves a little bit. Or is it just wheels?
So, Old Bessie is a fishing vessel that is also can do some things on planet, which is why you found it in that guy's garage, because it's just puttering around the planet on it. So it's more like skis.
Oh God. Okay.
It's an old fishing vessel named Old Bessie.
I
don't know
don't
what you
think
want
they were
from
gonna
me.
do any intercept courses in an old fishing vessel.
I
I'm
gave you his grandma's crystal. I don't know what you want.
I am going to try my best to put like a very minor binding magic on it.
Okay.
Which is going to effectively allow it to just stick to whatever surface it sits on until we tell it not to.
Okay. So how does that go? What's the process for that?
I'm just gonna say it's probably some kind of tinkering thing because I'm
Okay.
trying to change something on the ship.
Sure.
So you want me to roll with my tinker's tools then?
Yes, please.
Okay. Not great, guys.
Stop rolling that die. That die gets nothing
I
but
think
fours.
I think I get 4 every time.
Yeah.
But you know what's
Ian,
weird?
hear me out. Take that die, yeet it across the
I
room.
can't. They were really pricey.
It's not worth
I rolled
it.
a 10.
Okay.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, it doesn't roll well. It's not
like,
worth it.
I'm a DM, and I rolled like 4 crits on that, like on Saturday.
You used up all the luck.
All the luck.
I'm gonna use this one. Wait. I'm gonna use this one from now on.
Okay, rolling again. So
What? No, I'm not rolling again. I already rolled a 10.
yeah, I don't think anything happens as far as like the landing gear is now super sticky. It's just you put some magic in it and it didn't really do anything. It's not the makeup of the ship doesn't really like absorb the magic really well, and it gives you a little bit of a magic feedback. A little ringing in your ears.
Hey, how's it coming down there, Flux? You got this all under control?
If only I had some kind of entangling magic of some sort. Where I could entangle it so that the ship could stick to the roof.
Goodbye. I'm being hazed.
We just need to buy you a potted plant.
I'm being hazed.
Oh, God.
I came up with this show, and I'm being hazed.
And she won't.
Don't point at me.
All right.
No,
well,
you're a joy to have. Thank
if
you for
all
being
else
here.
fails, I have another backup idea that's way worse.
Oh no!
Good.
Great,
that.
I'm going to propose it really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hull cutter, which means I can at least slowly slice through metal. I also have the mending spell.
I know where this is
Could I theoretically cut part of our ship and part of the train, put the ship into the damaged part, and then mend it together? Like
No.
fuse it. Like weld it together.
So does that mean that at some point we would just have to like slowly detach as well?
I'm gonna have to cut it back when we
Oh my
leave,
God.
yeah. We don't have a better option right now.
You're not wrong. How long would that take though?
Well, technically mending is just an action, but I'd also have to cut both things open.
Right.
And also, isn't mending like small?
Yeah, it would be too.
you gotta do it
it
in,
would be
like,
like it would be like a
sections.
bunch of rivets.
Isn't it a cantrip?
Welding.
I'm literally welding. Or we could just, do the crab strategy.
While that is happening, Cyrus is going to like prep to get orbiting around the sun to slingshot around it.
Yeah.
And he is going to walk over to Pearl and Hieronymus because I'm pretty sure they're pretty close to one another.
They can be wherever they want on the
Are you guys
ship.
hanging around with each other? Or are you
Yeah,
different
Hieronymus is hitting Pearl up for some sustenance.
Would you like the noodles?
Please.
I have a pack especially for you.
Cyrus walks up.
Oh, Cyrus.
Would you also like the noodles?
Cyrus would hate the noodles. Give Cyrus a Cliff Bar.
The Cliff Bar would be fine, thank you.
All right.
Are we
had-
sponsored?
I have a question. Cliff Bar is gonna give us a cease and desist.
It's a cloth bar.
good. Thank you.
I did want to ask you guys something. This, I guess this technically is our first mission, our first heist, our first large-scale item that may be going as noticed. Would you guys be interested in presenting ourselves as pirates to the public?
Are we not considered pirates already?
We'd be considered pirates already, but as far as a public scene, I don't think we have much of that yet.
What does that mean?
Do you remember the people on the party boat?
Yes.
We'd be kind of like that.
Yeah.
Do we want to be like that?
I mean, there are perks. If we are like that, then we're more noticed, but at the same time, we tend to have a bit of security. We develop a fan base.
Does it require a lot of shouting?
Not necessarily. We don't have to shout.
Good.
But we would be presented as a crew that works together, so I want to make sure that you guys would be okay with it. I'm going to ask Flux down there, too.
You
if
just
that'd be
hear like
something.
from downstairs like, fuck!
It's like in Christmas Story when the dad was down hitting on the boiler. Rasa, frasha, bargain, bargain, banging, ram-blamming.
But I mean, it's something that would potentially prevent us from being potentially attempted to be blown up again.
Is this an order?
I don't do orders.
Why don't we play it by ear? We don't have to decide that right now. Right now we got to decide how we're going to actually pull off this job.
All
I
right.
also have a question.
Yes.
Do all life forms glow?
I mean, some do.
I haven't seen another one.
Well, I have seen a few.
Why do you glow? Does it mean you are happy?
No, it does not mean I'm happy. It means quite the opposite.
That you are angry?
Yes.
Oh, that's troubling.
All right. So, anyways, where can I heat this ramen?
You have a coffee maker.
Yeah,
Ramen
get
in
the
the
College
hot.
ramen.
Yeah, all you need is hot water. You ain't never been broke as hell before?
Oh, I mean, yes, I have.
Sorry, shrugs, and he as he's walking away, he's like,
My initial response was just imagining like you open the top of the coffee maker and then just pour a packet of ramen into it. And I was like, what?
I mean, if you want to get the flavors incorporated, you might like the little powder packet.
through the filter. Sorry, Shrugs, as he's walking downstairs, he's like, the coffee maker's fixed, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the coffee maker works.
Hieronymus is just chewing on the ramen. He's just crunch, ramen crunch.
Ramen crunch.
Yeah,
Cyrus is
sounds
heading
good.
downstairs.
To talk to Flux, I
Talk
assume.
to Flux. How's it going
Pearl's
there?
gonna yell down to Flux, "Do you require sustenance?"
I have a bunch of the old ones that you gave me.
That's probably why you're angry.
Yeah, they're pretty stale. Hi, Cyrus. Looks like plan A's are working.
All right. Well,
I have a few other plans, but they're not great.
well, that's par for course.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you if this goes successful, and you'd be interested in it because it is a more high-profile case. I asked the others as well. If you'd want to make a sort of, announcement, if you are able to hack into the, to put a message out there.
See, like all of Flux, like he's been working on this thing, and like his tentacles have been doing like holding a few different tools, and they all kind of like they're all moving and they all just stop, like at the same time. You know, I got quite the bounty on my head. And things haven't been going great for us recently.
No, but if we develop a fan base, then be much less likely for us to die or be caught.
Unless they send someone who knows what they're doing. And it might be easier to track us down if we're emitting signals. So. I've survived this long by staying off the radar. But, you know, we'll see where things go, I guess.
Just saying, this one will probably get us on the radar one way or another.
Yeah, well, I guess you got to stop hiding eventually, right?
Yep. And he's gonna head
Just
back
two
up.
awkward people trying to interact.
Yeah, there was
Hey,
like, there
you
was,
guys,
there was
you know
no
we
eye
got
contact.
some soy sauce? Is there soy sauce around somewhere?
No,
What is that?
there's not soy sauce. Why didn't you pick some up from that shop? He had like 100 packets of soy sauce.
I don't know. I wasn't thinking of it at the time. I was trying to keep him from notice that you were stealing from him.
Well, actually, okay, I do actually appreciate that because there's a lot of things down there. Right, so we're like 5 minutes away, right? So we should probably get ready to go.
All right, so you got this all taken care of then, right? Cool.
I have a plan.
Cyrus is putting it into manual to finish this like
Sure.
shot.
Otto starts yelling at you.
Can I roll to see if I understand him?
Yeah, Cyrus is just gonna stare at him. Just like, okay.
Is it just a straight dice roll?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Unless you want to add, I think I had you add your intelligence last time. That's fine too. You can add. I think intelligence was fine.
14.
He's just yelling.
He's just yelling.
He's just yelling.
yelling to yell.
Cyrus is like, I know how to pilot a ship.
Just
Thank
like
you.
circling your head.
Thank you, but I know how to pilot a ship.
You're his one job. So now Otto's bothering all of you.
I know how to pilot a ship.
So, Otto, do you have a suggestion as to how to get us to stick with this ship here?
Goes into the dock and just puts up a whole algorithm. Just a bunch of numbers.
Hey, Pearl, can you read this?
Do you need me to roll again? Okay.
Yeah.
I should have just left this open.
I don't know if I can read like droid.
It's droid math is really what it is.
I mean, I read math.
Nat 20! I understand the crap out of that.
Yeah, nope. I don't know.
Yeah, Otto has, first of all, very upset. So it's just a lot of numbers going very fast. Pearl, when you read this formula, it's a auto-following, autopilot formula. It's a calculation from the trajectory of the train and the expected trajectory that the train is going on.
Does that mean he wants Cyrus to let him pilot?
Possibly. It's a solution that Otto is offering you.
Okay.
And again, it's very mathematical. It's very, this is where the ship is going. If old Bessie follows at this rate, it will be at this
Right,
point.
like a whole thing.
Yeah.
It appears Otto would like to pilot to get us to the train.
Cyrus takes a deep breath and is like, unless you can guarantee with absolute certainty that this won't mess up in any way, shape, or form, and you can absolutely define every single possible error that train and this ship can cause at once, I'm not interested.
All the lights on all the dashes go down.
That's what I thought.
You just intimidated a robot.
No,
little guy.
Otto's just sulking now. Otto's gone, like, settled into the little dock and is, like, pulsing a very soft red.
I'll just pat him on the top of his
Careful, he
orb
might bite
form.
you.
Yeah. The pulse stops. And then it goes again.
It'll be alright, little guy. You'll get your chance.
All right, so I'm glad we eschewed mathematics and decided to opt for the seat of the pants piloting. That sounds that bodes well.
He's gotten us out of scrapes before.
I've piloted a few tighter rides than this.
All right.
And now we wait.
So we pull up next to the star. Are you circling the star? Is that what's happening?
So we're circling around the star to try to pull up at the same speed because I doubt that.
Okay.
Old Bessie has the gas to.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, I'm not good at those.
You're on the deck, right?
I am on the deck.
Okay.
I came up a little bit ago. 5. Told you I'm not good at those.
15.
Flux, you're still trying to read the formula that Otto put on the
I'm
screen.
busy kneeling down next to my little crab right now because I'm like, you're gonna have to hold the ship, please, buddy.
I rolled a 7.
13.
Okay, I guess the pilot is the only one that sees what's going on.
Well, at least somebody does.
Yeah, at least somebody does. Okay, so Cyrus, you start to see the telltale signs of hyperspace being exited.
Okay.
It takes a while. It's not an immediate thing, which is somewhat why there's not as many hyperspace crashes, mostly. And you are able to tell the general area in which it is going. So, if we are going to maneuver old Bessie, and you are running the pilot here, is there anything you're doing other than just basically wrenching it into space? Are you doing a full speed ahead?
He will do full speed ahead if necessary, but that's kind of why they're going around to not have to do the craziness of
Yeah.
the full speed ahead.
Perfect. Okay, so unless yours is better, roll old Bessie's dex.
In case mine's
I don't know whose is better.
You know what, Cyrus? For this time, it might actually be yours.
It
buddy.
won't matter.
What happens?
Are you crit failing again?
It's a good start. This side of the table's cursed. We should burn some
It's not
sage
one.
or something.
It's not one.
Burn some dice.
I can't. Spent so much money.
Well, it doesn't have to be permanent. Just for today, you pick it up and you yeet it across the room and it'll learn its lesson.
It's not one.
Okay, so you do a cool barrel roll.
Great.
Probably trying to show off and be like, yeah, I know how to freaking fly it. Shit.
And so you've done a slingshot, but you didn't quite time it out correctly.
Oh no.
So now you did a cool barrel roll. You right yourself back up, and the train is slow, but now coming around the star already. So you didn't quite match it, but you have enough time to kind of make a general. You've got 3 minutes to try to get to 512.
Okay, well, I guess we're going full speed now.
Okay, full speed ahead.
Oh, God. Okay. So,
I think that just happens unless we're in
it
combat.
just happens.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to ram the train.
No, you're just trying to go.
We got to get on. Perpendicular.
Perfect.
This is great. Okay, so
Hieronymus looks over to check if Otto is pulsing smugly.
Otto's actually off now,
Oh.
like fully powered down.
He didn't want to be part of this disaster.
Otto tried to help, and you shot him down. Okay,
Maybe
so
we could have used his help. I'm just saying.
okay, so you are next to car 87.
Oh crap.
Because your timing was a bit off. But it's not going to take that long to get there if you want to try to hit the right spot. So I will let you just roll I'll say, you know what I'm going to say? Just a straight D20 of if you can match the correct speed with the train.
That's an 11.
Okay.
not
Yeah,
the
it's eaten up a bit of your time. So you're not going to have quite as much time as you would have, but you very quickly find the train is going fast. Old Bessie can't go that fast. The offset timing you figure out, use your intuition, you get closer, and now you are matching speed with the 400, 500 cars. What are we doing?
Flex, get ready to deploy your plan.
Right. This better freaking work. I've been having really bad luck lately for some reason.
Everyone else might want to hold on, I guess. I don't know what he's planning.
Just gonna pat my crab on the top of the head. It's not gonna go great.
Lowering down, but also trying to adjust where possible. I have a feeling we're not going to hit the exact right one, but really trying to get as close to 512 as possible.
Okay.
See if we can't get off on the right spot. Flux is he's got his rifle over his back. He's holding onto the hull cutter just in case shit goes right bad. He's ready to jump off the side. I just need to get close enough to get on.
Okay. You hit car. Let me just. 500.
Now.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna jump off the side. My little crab is gonna scuttle right after me and leap off as well. We're just gonna land on top of the car. We're just gonna need you to get close.
Okay.
Still lowering down.
Are you jumping? Are you jumping on?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the best thing we got.
Roll a dexterity.
Don't fall off.
Is this a saving throw or a check? Up to you, Brittany.
Just a check.
All right. 7.
Cool. Flux, you fall in between some fuel reserves.
That's not good.
Nope. And you are now in the train. It was open enough, but they're all fuel reserves, so you can't.
What am I looking at? What did I fall in? You said fuel reserves,
So
right?
you don't fall
tanks?
into. Yeah. So they're big tanks. Lots of tanks.
Okay.
It's a glowing orange fuel.
What about my crab?
Did your crab drop off with you?
He's the important one here.
Sure. Okay.
He's the one that's gonna grab and hold us.
Roll another dex for your dang crab.
Let me just get his stats open really quick.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna lose
Oh
all
my
that.
God. I've actually. You're cursing me, Liz. I never have this bad luck when it's just me.
Oh Lord.
Just a dex check is 4.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm not joking. This is actually the worst I've ever rolled in my life. Can we
Okay.
switch sides? No.
Cool. First of all, just very important. What are we calling this crab?
He's the crab for now.
Crab.
Name the crab.
Fleck doesn't name him
the
yet.
crab.
Name the crab. Crob. All right, Crob it is. Crob falls and gets stuck behind a fuel reserve.
Okay. Sounds great. So there's a bunch of tanks around me. Are they cylinders standing up? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yep.
We can probably climb out of this. We're gonna try to get out of this thing. We
Okay.
gotta get back on top of the train.
Yeah.
Sorry, so weird. What's going on?
We can't hear anything right now.
Do
Man,
either
feather
of
fall
you
would've been
guys
useful or
do
something.
either of you guys see?
Just hold her steady there, Cyrus. I think everything's going okay.
We're gonna try to climb out.
Do not panic.
It's our best
Just
bet.
hold her
Yeah.
steady.
My crab does
What
have those
happened?
suction things. Can he climb back out of it using those?
I will give you advantage on any dex you want to make.
Okay. I guess if we're climbing, it's probably strength.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh boy. Advantage. I'm gonna roll a 2 and a 5.
I know what happened. I have
Oh my God! I almost got that. It's a 3 and a 5.
So you average a 4.
Unfortunately, the fuel reserve car is really weirdly textured on the walls. Kind of slippery, not a lot of handholds, and also there's some weird texture that juts out and then pulls back in. It's some kind of mechanical something.
Well, this isn't going to plan at all.
Crap
so,
does not
am
make
I inside the train?
You fell in.
So, like, am I in one of the cars? Like, are there people near me?
Roll a perception.
It's not gonna matter. I'm gonna roll like a 2. 1.
There's a lot of fuel tanks of glowing orange fuel around you.
All right, Pearl's coming down.
Sergeant,
We're
What-
going. We're
what
going
is
mommy
happening?
mode.
I don't have like a radio communicator or anything. I don't think. So.
I mean,
Uh,
obviously,
jumping
what's
over?
supposed to be happening is not happening, so Pearl's coming.
I
down.
do need Cyrus to roll me a d20 to see if you're keeping speed with 5.
I think with that bad of a set
100.
of rolls, Flux is
Oh,
like
it's 16.
he's just wedged.
16. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm just wedged between these two fuel things.
Yep.
Sorry.
And I'm
Cyrus
worried
does-
that if I move, it's gonna blow up.
Cyrus does look over those like, is everything okay? What is happening?
It's all good, Cyrus. Don't worry about it. Everything's under control over here.
Yeah, so you're keeping speed. Your Old Bessie is kind of alternating between 501, 500, 499. You can't perfectly keep speed, but you're very, very close.
Cyrus has rope if anyone tells him what happened.
Pearl, what are we doing?
I'm jumping down
Okay.
to get them, see what's going on.
Do you want to take some rope with you?
I guess.
Hey, you got any rope up there, Cyrus? Not that we need it for any kind of emergency. It's just,
Cyrus just throws it out there.
hey, we'll tie off the rope.
So I rolled a 14
50
for
foot of rope.
Dex.
So
Okay. So let me just. I like letting
hindsight's
the
2020.
dice
We should have
decide
done that the
things.
first time.
Okay, so you actually end up on top of 499.
Okay.
So 500 is open, 499 is closed, and you are on top of 499. You roll around a little bit, but you don't end up kind of anywhere that is not grabbable with your
Can I
forearms.
see Flux or the crab?
Roll a perception.
red.
They're both stuck. And they're in the next train car. These cars are really long.
Yeah, Jesus.
I had backup plans and they just didn't work. So I guess none of the plans do.
5.
You know that they're ahead of you. You
I'm
know.
just gonna start walking forward then, trying to find them.
Okay. Great.
How much time do we
Yeah,
have
how much
left?
time do we have left?
Not a lot.
Do we have a time? Like, would Cyrus have a timer?
Yeah. I will say you got a minute max before
counting
this
down.
goes into
Okay.
hyperspace.
Counting down like the
Then
bomb.
I'm going to activate my blade song so I can move a little faster.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just gonna start trucking, looking for them.
Okay.
Cyrus is gonna look at Herodos and be like, how close are we and what are we over?
Yeah, it looks like we're over some kind of a fuel car. Pearl is hauling ass up towards there. She's booking. If you could probably kind of gas it up a little bit, that'd probably be best. But everything's fine.
Cyrus nods. He's like, I'm gonna lower in the I'm lowering the landing gear in case we need to just emergency land.
It's not working great.
He is gonna lower the landing gear though.
Above 500?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that
Um,
the fuel tank one?
Backup plan is we're gonna try to wedge the ship's landing gear into that, but it's not gotten that extreme yet.
That doesn't sound at all explosive.
No, it's
No.
fine.
Sounds like a great idea.
Do you need me to roll another perception to see if I can find them?
I think,
with advantage, yeah.
Okay.
I think Flex is pulling himself out of like between the things at this point.
like
I
a
think
little
I
shimmy.
pulled out. I do have rope, so I
Okay.
like hand it to the crab, and he's like pulling me out, like
Okay.
just like this winch. It's like
Hindsight
That is
2020,
a
we should have used the
17.
rope the
Okay.
first time.
You get to see Krob and Flux being winched out between the fuel tanks. They're very tall.
Uh-huh.
They're as tall as the train itself, which is it's a space train, so it's got a nice high vaulted ceiling. But this is an open car, so it's
Yeah.
just high. And they're now kind of in an aisle
Yeah.
Flux and Krob are in an
Looking around,
aisle.
trying to figure out where people are.
And there's a connector between each car. There's a closed tunnel.
Yeah.
It's called something. I was just on a train. I'm good at trains.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about
It's
it.
a space train. It has different terms.
It's a space train. It's called the tunnel.
Great.
It's the hallway. And so now you can see them. You're on top, so you would have to make a cool flying leap
Yeah.
to get
Which,
over.
with my blade song, I get advantage on my dex throws.
Yeah,
so.
do it. Do it.
Make a cool flying leap. Don't roll terribly like I am, apparently. What is wrong with you?
I think I got it.
Seriously.
That's a
For shame.
12.
You make it down. It's not pretty, but you're now in
We're
the.
moving real fast.
Yeah, you're
okay?
moving very fast. You're in the fuel reserve, and
Welcome to the party. Things didn't go as planned. Where's the ship?
Pearl just like.
I'm gonna like check one of like my gadgets on my wrist. Oh great, we have 30 seconds left. Okay. They're really high. They're really far away from us. We can't really get to them right now.
If after
Okay.
15 seconds nothing starts happening, Cyrus is just gonna try to jam it as gracefully as he can do.
we've got 30 seconds. Hieronymus and Cyrus, you are still on the ship. You are
Yeah.
still on
Yes.
Old Bessie. Is anything happening?
Hieronymus is desperately trying to talk Cyrus out of landing the ship on top of the fuel reserves.
Okay, roll me something.
That seems like a bad idea. Landing on top of the fuel reserves
Just
seems
land
like
on the next car.
a
please.
poor choice.
Yeah, but you can't wedge it in.
yeah, you can't
if
wedge it in.
It needs to be open for something, like, you know.
So we'll do with a persuasion check here.
Uh-huh. What would
And
be-
that's going to be...
Isn't that against wisdom? I think.
What?
Hey,
Yeah, just roll your wisdom.
That's an 18.
Okay,
Of
you gotta
course
beat an
finally
18.
rolled high. Are you
Hieronymus.
on the
kidding
bad
me?
idea.
Cyrus is way too focused on getting.
Isn't this whole building? Is this whole building cursed?
All right, listen. So you don't want. What are you doing? Stop doing that! No! Ah! And apparently Cyrus is going to land us on top of the fuel reserves.
not just land,
Wedge.
wedge.
That's worse. You see how that's worse, right?
I see how that's
Hold on,
worse.
hold on.
I think I might have something
Hold
that will help not make this as bad as
Oh
it could
my
be.
god. We're all gonna die.
So
It's not even our fault. It's just
Here's
bad
a
roll.
Before
question.
this game started, I was like, y'all, Colorado wrote us some really good train cars. I cannot wait to get in them. This was not one of them.
Pretty. I tried so hard.
I offered you so many outs.
I do have proficiency, so I want to put out there what this means. Okay, because I took the marine background. This is important. I can actually land vehicles in hard, and I have advantage when doing bad landings. So
This is a bad landing, yeah.
this would be a bad landing.
Oh, no.
So what would you like me to roll to not kill us, pretty?
I mean, I can't think of anything other than dexterity. Robin, why is your hand up?
It is brute force.
I have enlarge reduce.
Hmm?
Enlarge reduce. So I could make the ship smaller
And us
For a
smaller
minute.
too.
for a minute, but we don't.
And it wears off. And
Okay,
It's
let me
like
just
we
say
can-
this. You two cannot communicate to each other.
I
So
know.
if you want to use this spell after the ship lands, you can, because Cyrus has not told you not to. So I won't stop you.
Do we
Let's
know?
start with the landing.
Okay.
I don't know if we're gonna get a break today.
Okay, all right.
Because this is what is the
Wait a
rest of the
minute.
game. No waiting. We're landing.
Going so
We've got 10
poor.
seconds left.
Yeah! Yeah, that's a nat 20!
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Maybe we do need a break to be done.
I am stressed the
So
hell
let
out
me
right
get this
now.
straight. No plan worked except for the land the ship going next to a speeding train in the explosive fuel car? That's the plan that worked? I'm okay.
He sits it so gingerly on top of the tanks, like just
It
Right in
slots
there.
the somehow the bottom landing gear actually fits in the aisles and the cross aisles perfectly. And just as the old Bessie does a little settle in and she does a big old groan, she not happy. Boom, we hit hyperspace. We're
locks
going.
it in.
Pretty much that other roll was in that one too.
What, the cost one? Yeah. Yeah, no, that adds up, yeah.
Who's ready for a TPK? Section 3.
Okay, so we're all in the fuel car now. The fuel reserve.
Cyrus just very calmly pokes his head out, looks at her and is me like, I told you I can fly ships real well.
Hieronymus looks over to Otto and goes,
I think Flux is gonna look at Pearl and go,
It's skidded like right in front of you too. You're looking at the nose of old Bessie.
Pearl, do you have any sort of statistical computers in your mind that tell us what the odds of that were?
I don't think you'd like to know.
I don't think I would either.
Never tell
All
me
right.
the odds.
Never tell me the
You
odds.
full on Han Solo'd it. Good job.
Okay, well,
Do you need a break, Brittany?
I think we all need a break. I think we all need a breather. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be an unknown amount of time. I want to give us 5 minutes, but we might need to all throw up a little bit. So I'm gonna just say we'll be back when we'll be back. We'll try to be back as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this. Whatever this is, we will be back for more chaos in a minute. I'm gonna let the control room take over the break now.
Okay.
Welcome back to our train of chaos. I am your conductor and dungeon master, Brittany Lee, and we are gonna get back into it. Now we are on the train, and we have had the most heroic landing of all time. We are
Yeah.
now on a train in hyperspace, and let's get back into it. So, what are we doing?
Okay. I feel like I haven't breathed in 3 minutes, so everybody catch their breath.
Cyrus is
I don't
just gonna
breathe at all.
I know. Figure of speech.
Cyrus is gonna hop off the train, hop off the ship
Hop
onto
off
the
the
train.
train.
Hop off the train. Goodbye, guys.
God.
That was fun.
Just like nothing had happened. He's just calm. He looks at everyone and he's like, "Are y'all okay?"
Sorry about not. I didn't. I kind of screwed that one up. So sorry. Let's go steal something.
He's like, "We made it on the ship. No big deal."
Yeah. Well, next time I'll come up with a better strategy, I guess.
all right, so let's go steal some stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so we're in cart 500, and we need which ones again? Because I'm terrible.
We
with
gotta get
numbers.
to car 5.
I feel like I should put this in our
512
notes
was our
channel.
supposed entrance.
Oh,
but,
the entry point that we didn't.
Yeah.
Make it
We
to.
did
Right.
not
So we
make
need to
it
get to
there.
505 then.
505 is where the security was.
Yeah, it was 501.
501 and 498 are the cars that we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Oh well, we're right next to 501.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
can
this
avoid.
train that was very long and gonna take us several games.
It's fine.
Hey, Colorado, I hate to inform you of this, but I think we need a new heist.
Hey, the players broke your whole thing.
The whole train.
Nearly
can I
kamikaze
just-
themselves.
Yeah.
Can I just walk into the next cart?
Yeah, let's
then?
go to walk to
Yeah,
the
let's
next
just
car.
go
Let's
walk
get
to
that
the
linchpin
next
over
car.
here.
Let's get the show on the road.
Okay, so we.
Is there other people in the car? Like where
Do we
we're
need to roll
in?
perception?
Yeah, everybody roll perception
Since
because
it's
Flux
Ian
didn't see
can't.
shit.
Is that cocked? That's
Don't
cocked.
see
God
shit.
damn it! Of course I
14.
rolled decently and it's cocked. 14.
14.
2 14s.
6.
Yeah. Hieronymus
Yeah.
is not seeing anything.
Okay.
He's still kind of
Hey.
just.
He's in shock.
And 214s.
2 14s. Okay, so Cyrus and Flux, you look over, and just as you look over, so you're in 500, and you are looking towards 501. And as you do this, you see the door shut really quickly. So a couple people and then they shut it when they see you looking at them.
Guys, I think we've been found out already.
Hieronymus, do you want to maybe make up some reason why we had to land there?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because we had a few prying eyes.
Yep, and if all else fails, sling the rifle over the shoulder.
Yeah. So what is the inside of 501? So these were people looking out from 501.
Yeah, between the cars in the hallways.
All right. Okay. So we make our way over there, and
So we all going?
I'm standing back a little bit.
I'll go with you because I have suggestion which might help us.
okay.
Cyrus will wait about halfway.
I'm open to suggestions.
Uh-huh.
Was definitely an emergency landing, and that is not a lie.
Yes, it was. So let me just say this. These are separate cars.
Right.
So we have to enter into essentially like it's not a real airlock, but you go into the one side of the hallway, close the door, and then you go out the other into the next train car. So there's only enough space in that hallway for 1 to 2 people at a time. Who is going over? So are you two no longer seeing your companions?
Yeah, we're letting them go first because they're the ones who are doing the talking.
Yep.
So we're splitting the party.
We're gonna go right
No,
after.
Cyrus is following, like, he's gonna be the bridge halfway. He's not gonna let him out of their sight, really.
So you're following through the hallway to the next car.
We need to make sure that they can talk to people out of whatever they think just happened first, and then we're going.
I mean, it's not. So if it's not technically an airlock, because so we don't have to actually
Cyrus
close the
can
one door
hold-
before the one opens, do
Yeah,
we?
Cyrus
It's
could hold-
automatic.
Ah.
If you've ever been on a real train, it's like a real train.
Would Cyrus be able
I
to use his
haven't.
body to keep it open?
If you sure, you'll have to roll some stuff, but yeah.
Like with an elevator door, you just kind of like stick your foot in.
All right, Cyrus
yeah,
is just
yeah.
gonna look back and
So-
he's gonna be like, "Come on."
So if the other one doesn't open until this one's done, Flux, can you kind of override this safety measure here?
Yeah, that's actually the thing that I'm good at.
Good.
Or not.
I knew you had to be good at something.
I am going to shoot you. I'm going to walk over to the thing.
Given how you're rolling, I'm not too terrified.
Damn. We're going for the throat.
I have the
shot.
sharpshooting skills of a blind man.
It's Hayes Hits experience. I think we're gonna rename this show.
Little known fact: Flux is like legally blind. No, he's not. Oh god.
That would be a fun little candidate.
So I'm trying to get the doors open so they both stay open. That's the idea.
Sure. So they're an automatic. You press a button, it slides open. You walk through, it slides closed. It's not a motion sensed. It's just on a timer, and they're very heavy metal doors.
That seems kind of odd.
So
Just like every so often this door opens for no reason.
we want to keep this open so that if we need to leave quickly, we can. So I'm gonna try to get this thing open.
Sure.
need to get in there
I'm
anyway.
this part I am modeling after a real train. That's how real trains work.
You know what
And
the worst
There's
thing
a
is?
little area between the cars that you can walk through that's on like a hinge, so when the train goes around the track, it's not one solid.
Yeah.
So you press a button and you walk through. You are not supposed to be standing between the doors because they're weighted doors.
Yeah.
Like it won't break your bones,
I
but
thought
it'll
you were
hurt.
saying that this door will just randomly open.
No,
periodically.
it's
I
like
was
a passenger.
what?
It's a passenger button. Like you
Yeah.
press the button, it opens for you.
Okay,
You go
that
through,
makes
it
more
closes
sense.
behind you. Yeah. Now, if it's malfunctioning, it might start opening and closing. Sure.
randomly.
Is this thieves' tools or tinker's tools?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get the things to stay open, because the idea is that we want an easy path in and out.
Yeah, we don't also want to only have 2 of us go in, and then the other ones wait outside because there's only room for 2 people inside the little pass-through.
Yeah, it's just a passageway. What would you?
I'm trying to hack the thing.
Yeah, to do whatever your normal hacking roll is.
So that's gonna be a 15.
Okay. You have the first door between the cars is wedged open now.
Okay.
That is so loud.
Oh shit, are we zooming?
I didn't even know there were sound inspectors.
Do you want to run the show? Haze experience. I'm just gonna add another haze in it. The title until.
Right.
Man,
So-
how are you breathing
So,
right now?
so Flux is going to finagle. He's gonna like open up a panel on the wall and just finagle with a few things. And you're gonna see like a few little sparks, and then the door just opens up.
While
they're
they're doing that, can Cyrus look at the other door to make sure we don't have any other observers?
All the way across the car?
Yeah, try, I guess, at
Sure.
least.
It's 80 feet.
I'm still gonna try.
You can do whatever you want. You've landed.
No.
You
All right.
That's
Pretty-
a 3.
All right, so you've got the door kind of propped open there, the first door in the pass-through. So Hieronymus is going to go up to the front of the thing, and he's going to change his appearance somewhat so that he looks more like a looks like somebody who just was in an actual crash landing instead of a perfect 3-point landing
On fuel cells.
on fuel cells.
A little crispy on the
Yeah, yeah.
edges. Okay.
Flux is still messing with the machines.
Okay.
Are you trying to prop open the door? So we're going from 500 to 501.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
our engine room. Are you trying to prop open the other one as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to. So at this point, because he's going through that door, I'm obviously gonna make sure it opens. But I'm trying to hook up a system so that, like, if necessary, I can like hook up like a trigger to it, so I could open it or close it if we need to go through it. And I recognize that's a long shot. I'm just trying to see if it's possible.
At least get it stuck open.
Are
Yeah.
you doing this at the same time as propping
I'm letting
open
him go through it first.
the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, roll another hack
Hack check.
check.
Nah, that's not gonna go through. That's
Okay.
a 6.
No.
Or wait, 8.
I think you press whatever your little trigger is. You're like, yeah, I've got it, and then you press it, and it's like just was doing that. It wasn't in tandem with your little trigger.
figured I'd need more tools for that.
Okay, so we're entered into the engine room. Great. So, Hieronymus, you go in, and it's a very sturdy car. There are metal beams crisscrossing the space. There's a lot of moving parts in this room.
Okay.
A lot of moving parts: pistons, wheels, fuel, gauges, flips, levers, humming sounds and lights. And there are there's some movement. Roll me a perception to see if you can kind of figure out what exactly is going on.
Okay.
Are we both rolling?
Are you trying to do exactly what Hieronymus is doing? Are you hanging back? Are you doing
No,
something
I'm
different?
going with Hieronymus.
Yeah. Then by all means.
Since I'm
That's
since
a
I'm
crit
actively
fail.
looking around for what's in here, can I use investigation instead of perception?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Pearl,
I don't see shit.
what happened to your sensors?
Something went
It was
wrong.
the crash.
Your jump down, your personal
Yeah.
crash.
Yeah, apparently the change in lighting has kind of caused Hieronymus not to be able to see exactly what's going on, so he's kind of squinting through the darkness and can barely make out anything with his horrible, horrible, horrible dice that this game seems to be plagued by.
Okay.
We have some sort of cursed amulet,
Yes.
and it's ruined us all.
I think it's a physical thing in this room that we have to find. I think that's the next
Is
mission.
it the coins you gave us?
It better not be.
Is that what it is?
It better
Did you
not be.
curse us?
I gave you those with love
Hold up.
and affection.
I mean, you did
And I spent real money on them.
We did, to be fair, we did survive. We did not die.
No.
Okay, so
We came very close to
great.
it,
There's a lot of stuff going on in this room.
Hello? Hello, is there anyone here? We need help. Hello? Hello?
You just yelling?
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
kind of yelling. Kind of hanging by the door so that if somebody starts shooting, he can duck behind the door. 'Cause he's not stupid. Is there anybody here? Hello? Help?
You think you see like a head peek around, but nothing nobody comes towards you.
So this is the room where the thing we need is.
So if you rolled a perception of 1, you don't know this, but if you were to look around, you might see a hyperdrive regulator. That is what you were looking for. But you don't see it. You don't see it.
No.
And there's some motion in the room, but not a lot.
And we're
You
just
two-
waiting outside.
Yeah, you're waiting in the hallway. Cool.
Can I try and like creep forward in the cart to see if I can see if there's someone lurking?
Yeah. Why don't you do an investigation this time around?
Okay. Check my biz.
So do you think we'll hear shots firing off? in
That
the
is
next
a
few moments?
21.
I'm getting my rifle. I think.
I'm sorry. You rolled a critical fail on perception, but a 21 on investigation?
Yeah.
Her far range scanners are broken. Her close range ones are like super great.
Pearl needs
I
glasses.
just needed to get a little closer.
Sure, okay.
Fine.
Once again, I'm going to say the same thing as like before. You plug in and you download what's happening in this room. And you have now like a 3D scan in your mind of every motion, every past event that has happened in this room. You know exactly
I am
what
all knowing.
you know exactly what each piece does where. And you know exactly where the hyperdrive regulator is in this room.
So, quick
yes.
question. If I know this much about that room, would I know how to make that door stay open?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet
There's a
bit.
switch by you.
We were on the other side. We
The
didn't know.
switch real
Yeah,
quick.
okay,
Just-
cool. So now the door stays open. It's actually a handmade switch. It doesn't match the style of any of the other switches. And on it, it just says smoke break.
Seems kind of sussy.
Yeah. Go to the fuel room for the smoke break.
Perfect. Okay, so you know exactly where the hyperdrive regulator is. You know about this hyperdrive. You know what makes this train go. You know that this is the linchpin hyperdrive. There are several hyperdrives between several cars. This is a 1,000-car long train, so each one feeds off of each other. This one is what sends all of the signals out to make it
So
one
this thing
continuous.
is part of the train?
It's part of the train.
So are you saying that when we take this whole train's gonna shit out?
Yep.
Yeah,
Part of it.
kind of. So
Oh, hell.
So I will say if you want to roll me another investigation specifically on the hyperdrive. Hieronymus, you too.
Okay.
Because I assume you have seen Pearl
That's a 15.
looking around. Okay, yeah.
What am I rolling? Investigation?
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. 8.
Hieronymus, I think you're looking now at your smoke break?
What?
What? Okay. Pearl, that 15 gives you the knowledge of that you have to disengage the hyperdrive to then remove the regulator to be able to take the regulator out. When you take the regulator out, the train will no longer be going at hyperspeed, and you may or may not be discovered at this point, because if the luxury hyperspace train is not going through hyperspace, something is going to need to be
Yeah, a
investigated.
good thing our ship's only one car away for convenient reasons.
Pearl would kind of like motion to everyone to like, come here.
Cyrus is gonna head in, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna follow him in, I guess. Right.
And I will reiterate everything you just said because I don't feel like repeating it.
So it's 80 long, 25 across.
And it's dark in here?
I don't know if it's actually
Because
dark.
they were saying it was dark. and
I
was
didn't
like,
say it.
Cyrus can, I guess Cyrus check?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, roll just a perception of what you see in this room.
Flux is gonna start doing perimeter.
That's a 10. I have dark vision, but it really doesn't
It's kind of dim in here, and you see a lot of lights going off, and
Flux
you,
is immediately fascinated.
you see the orange fuel coming in and going through, and the wheels turning.
Oh,
It's-
we would have
Pearl.
blown up the whole
Pearl.
ship.
Do you have eyes on whoever it was that was kind of looking at us? Do you have any
Good question.
organisms other than the three of us in
I
this
should
room?
theoretically, right?
Yes. So the download gave you the heat map, and there are 3 engineers that are in the room, and
Like the room we're in right now.
the room you're in right now. And when you came in, that was what you downloaded. The information when you came in. It's not a consistent loop in your head, just a download. They were all hiding in the back, near 502.
But they're not leaving the room.
Nope.
Do you have any way to override and lock the door between 501 and 502?
I might be able to do it if you can't. Gonna
Do
try?
I? Can I do that?
Roll another investigation, because apparently that seems to be giving us some results.
Pearl tries to hack the car, and then I try to hack Pearl to hack the car.
That's a 14.
I think you know generally how to go about it, but
I'll tell Flux to do it.
yeah, you don't have to.
I think this is how you do it. Do the thing.
All right, I'm gonna go towards wherever she's gesturing, which I assume is just a control panel.
Yeah, the main control panel with a couple homemade switches on it.
That's 12.
God, why do we suck so hard?
You
And like
flip
that's
some-
a skill I'm good at too.
You flip some switches. The door opens and closes a couple times.
It's kind of written in a language I don't know, so I'm just gonna keep twisting some knobs.
The lights flicker.
Gonna see what did the thing with making the doors move. I'm gonna sort of like keep watching them until they're finally closed and just.
Sure.
Right, I think that worked. Hopefully.
All right.
Now, how do we get this out without getting captured?
Well, if we blocked off the door to 502, that buys us some time. Hieronymus is saying this all in hushed tones so that the sound of the machinery running in here does not carry it to the engineers who are hiding off in some back dark corner, fearing for their lives from these dread pirates.
They just saw the most batshit landing. They're like, they're waiting to see what you do.
Yeah. So in hushed tones. So if we have 502 blocked off, that's going to buy us some time. We have to get this out of here, and we also have to release 498 and take it with us, if I'm correct. Yes?
Right. Yes.
Is that the plan?
So
So
we're doing 498 last. So we're doing this, and then we're running, 4 cars in that direction?
Well, I think we're running to the.
We would
So this
go
is
to
going
the
to drop
ship.
us. So let me see if I understand this right, because I'm not a technical guy. Okay, when we unhook the regulator doohickey here, right?
Right.
That's going to drop us out of hyperspace, right?
Right. And then
When we're dropped out of
immediately we'll know.
hyperspace, like alarms and klaxons are going to wooga wooga, right?
Right.
But we got the door shut, so that buys us a few minutes. We grab that thing, we head back to Bessie. Since we're going at normal speed now, you pop us up off of there, we go hit 498, boom, take it out with us, and we're gone.
We would probably need someone here just to release 498.
Right, that's what
so
I
we
was
could
going
pick
to
it
say.
up. But I mean, we'd be picking it up. So
Well,
I'm saying we tied a rope to the crab. The crab unhooks 498, we pull the whole thing up, and the
I
crab
was-
comes with it.
I was actually going to suggest the same thing.
actually, yeah.
We are
Right.
on the same wavelength.
No, I agree.
I'm as smart as a robot.
Robots have varying levels of intelligence depending on how you program
Are you
them.
calling Pearl stupid?
No, Pearl's very smart. She's
Exactly,
incredible
thank you.
data bank. No, I meant this one. I pat the crab on the top of the head.
Aw.
Or 377 here doesn't have that much
See,
in terms of intelligence.
Man, you're not even going to give him a name and then you call him stupid?
No,
You're
no,
so
he's-
rude.
He's very smart for what he is.
Oh.
And he has a name. It's 377.
So in leap
That's
speed,
technically a
L.
number.
Right, it's a name. It's
Thank you.
a title.
I got you.
Thank you.
All right.
It's a,
So does that sound like a plan? Can he decouple the thing?
right, well, I'd have to see it first. Because I don't know. I can't see through his eyes. He's not
So
remote.
why don't you go work on that?
Right.
Figure it out.
If you can get this thing detached from the train by yourselves. Which I'm a little worried about.
Sorry, excuse me.
Now, not to ruin you guys' idea, but historically when I have worked with others, when we break up into groups, most if not everyone dies.
Huh.
No,
All right,
you're
so
right.
here's an idea. We got some engineers here, right?
Right.
We got a big scary dude who is going to intimidate them into helping us, or we will kill them. We don't really have to actually kill them, but they just have to believe we're going to kill them. We get them
If they
to.
act out, we could just
We get them. What?
take out one of them.
We get them to decouple the decoupling. Not the decoupler, but the doohickey we're looking for here.
That thing?
Yeah, the actuator, right?
Right.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hyperspace actuator.
That's the one.
So they unhook that for us, while you go take care of the other thing.
Well, if you think you can do it.
I mean, I can definitely try.
All right. So, are we in agreement? Cyrus and me will stay here. We'll get the engineers to do this. You, Pearl, and Krabby over there. We'll head down to the other thing. Figure out how we're gonna deconnect that thing.
I mean, if you're all right with that, Pearl.
Should be fine.
Hey, perfect.
Oh, and before I go, because you apparently can't see very well in here, I'm just gonna pull out like a small little it's like a washer, like a just a little like metal bits and bobs. And I just flick it, and it just glows a little bit. Hand it to you.
Oh yeah. No, I just going from outside to into my eyes.
Take
didn't
the
adju-
fucking washer.
Yeah. Oh boy, washer.
Cyrus will say one thing: if anything starts going wrong, just go to Old Bessie.
Right.
Don't stay, don't fight. Go to Old Bessie. We don't need to die. It's not worth it.
I'm not planning on dying over this. This is not worth it. Right. Well, let's head that direction then. Let's go.
So we split the party.
Cyrus is not happy
Yeah.
with this.
The first rule of D&D.
Cyrus is not okay with
We're
This
this.
is space
splitting
D&D.
the party. We're
Yeah.
splitting the party. Okay. All right. Cool. Flux and Cyrus, how is this going?
Well, Flux is going with.
Pearl.
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 Yeah.
How's this going?
Yeah, we're sending the squishy casters for.
Yep, we are sending them all.
Technically, everybody's squishy except Cyrus.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Okay. So we've got people headed to the cargo car. Yeah.
Yep.
Who is that again?
Us two.
Okay, let's go.
The robot people.
The robot people are going through 500. We've not had any problems with 500.
Nope, that's the fuel area.
That is the fuel area. We are then going through to 499. Roll me perception. What are we seeing 499?
Not a lot.
14.
7.
14. Okay, it's the baggage car.
D20s. Pick another one.
That one's really better than my other ones, believe it or not.
It's the baggage car. It's where people like store stuff, especially for the short range. They want a suitcase, they want a bag. They don't really need to like live in the train. So tons of bags, suitcases.
can I go rooting around in them?
Sure.
See if there's anything worthwhile?
Yeah,
Is
go
there
for
anyone
it.
in there, Pearl?
Oh, is there anyone in there? That's a good question.
Um,
I didn't assume there'd be anyone just
no.
hanging out in the
You never
baggage
know,
train.
man.
No, it's just.
Stowaway, you never know.
It's
What do you want
just
me to roll for my rootin'?
Investigation.
Oh my god, I'm absolutely stealing from these people too, yeah.
Are we both investigating?
Yeah.
It's like we do one of those cartoon moments where we just kind of like look at each other real quick, start tearing through the room.
Are gonna start going off.
It's the baggage car.
16.
Oh, that's cocked.
Okay.
Can't roll for shit. 8.
8. Cool. Flux, you find a carton of ice cream.
It's all melted. Interesting.
You find a crowbar.
Okay.
And
Who brought a crowbar? Wait a minute, hold on. Is
Somebody
someone
I
else
want to
planning to
meet.
rob this train?
it's
Guys, we have
it's
issues.
in their luggage.
Their checked
They didn't
luggage.
take it with them.
Went right through the the X-ray scanner. The guard was like,
It's a
whatever.
plastic crowbar.
What?
It's transparent.
Worse.
Okay, why does anyone have a plastic
Okay,
crowbar.
do me another investigation on
Okay,
this crowbar.
all right. Hold up. Shit's getting squirrely
You're
here.
really looking at it. You're really getting deep into it.
Pearl, why are you so obsessed with that weird plastic crowbar?
It's 13.
Okay, as you look closer, you see etched in it. So it's actually acrylic, not plastic. It's acrylic, and in the etching on it, it says plasma fangs. So it's a memento. It's a souvenir that they're selling.
I'm gonna toss it out the door. Like into space. Just like the in-between cards, I'm just whoop.
What are you doing?
It's fine. And then I'm just gonna keep
Is it
going.
fine? What? You just what?
It was
Are
a
you
piece of
st-
junk.
Are you still looking? Are you
Yeah!
still looking? Okay, are you still looking?
How long have we spent looking so far?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's like, I mean, how long it takes you to pick up a carton of ice cream and be like, nah.
So first bag. So it took me 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's only a 7.
Oh my god. It's always 2s.
Okay, cool. You open a bag and it's
8.
all just sports balls. You know,
Sports
space sports ball.
balls.
There's clearly a sports team on this train somewhere. It's all just monogrammed a specific team, but you don't recognize the team. Maybe it's a kid's team. Just a bunch of.
Find like a cleat that's this big.
Yeah.
Nope.
It might fit the crab.
No, he doesn't have feet.
That's unfortunate.
Okay. Pearl, you still looking around?
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
Okay, cool. You find in our space era, you find an MP3 player.
I'm keeping it.
Okay.
Cyrus might like that.
Yeah.
As we're
I'm just gonna like look at it and then kind of like just put it into
Your
my
tummy?
In my tummy.
as we're searching through the bags, Flux isn't like looking in the direction of Pearl, but he kind of just like after a moment of like silence and just the sound of unzipping bags. So Pearl, I feel like over the past month or so you've been very cagey around me specifically. Did I?
What does KG mean?
You've just been very reserved and not happy. And,
I don't technically have emotions.
well, see, I've said that before, but you don't seem to like that. So I don't know if I believe you.
I suppose you're correct.
You're a weird droid. And I mean that in a good way. But I don't get it. Which makes me curious, which makes me want to probe more, which I think makes you not like me more.
In a literal sense?
Oh,
Or...
no. Not unless you're willing
Because
to
I'm
crack
not
open your skull.
interested.
Yeah,
You're
no,
too young
that's...
for me.
How old are you? I'm quite curious now. You mentioned it, so...
Hold on, I gotta remember how old I am.
Quick, look up your backstory.
But you're like a literal
I
child.
am 19.
19.
Yeah, you're a child. And Pearl is built to be like an adult figure.
Flux looks wildly confused. He was like not expecting this outcome at all.
You
Pearl, that's not what I was... I feel really weird now.
You made it weird.
No, I can tell you're built to be like a mother droid, so that's not... Flux just looks really, like, unsettled.
Is there something wrong with mothers?
Well, not inherently.
So what is wrong with my programming?
You know what? I'm not gonna get into it too much right now.
Do you not like me, Flux?
No, you just confuse me greatly.
I think everyone confuses you. You act very strange around beings.
I don't like organic life.
I am not organic.
I know, which means you're above everyone else.
Pro like wouldn't respond. No facial expressions naturally because you know robot. But they'd be like,
Full body lean.
just so you portraying emotions with no face.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a surprise for me too. I feel like this conversation made me feel worse, so I'm gonna just keep going. Gonna go to the next car.
Cool. I'm gonna pause that there. And as much as I would love to get to what's happening in the engine room, I
Threats.
think, are at our end of our stream, because otherwise this is going to go on for another hour.
We also need to reset the luck, because my god.
We need to get some real-life luck back in the room.
All
Okay.
luck was used.
Landing the ship. Okay, cool.
I think Ian stole all the luck for his other group.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay, so that is going to be the end of this split party adventure. Boy,
Sorry.
howdy. No, you're not.
No, I'm,
I mean, you couldn't pick a better place than with a Flux Pearl will they, won't they?
He does really like robots, so you know.
not like that.
Okay.
Technically speaking.
Let me end this dang show. We don't need to talk about this anymore. Oh my gosh. I would thank you for watching Health Hits Experience. I'm not sure if that's the appropriate sentiment today.
Thank you.
Sorry.
We're sorry.
We're very sorry. All right. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that was having a good time in the chat. I did a little bit of a peek-see, and it seems like everybody was having a good time. So thanks for hanging out with us and hopefully experiencing some of the emotions that we felt today, the real-life physical emotions. Sorry to Colorado Brown, who wrote this adventure,
fine.
and we completely shit all over it.
Yeah, Colorado, I
He
wanted,
created 1,000 different train encounter cars.
So many train cars.
I
that we landed in the
wanted to
middle where
explore them
we-
all, and then we just landed in the middle.
We landed in the middle.
So much
That it
that
worked.
it worked.
It worked better.
So, so I'm going to have a real long phone call with that man today. But thank you to Gast, I guess. Music, sound effects, including the cool train sounds that you heard, provided by Sirenscape today. Thank you to Molly Cook and Brandon Montgomery in the control room. Brandon was there mostly by himself today, so also sorry to Brandon. Thank you. Everybody applause for
Thanks,
Brandon in the chat, please. Thank you. Special thanks to Community Access Media for the use of their facilities and equipment. Join us again next week as we discover what is happening with this split party and with Haze Experience. Have a good one. Goodbye.